Michelle Thompson, your host for Pecan Pie. You know, guys, I wanted to end season 1 with a home interior. So today we're outside in the cold at 1335 Elm Abode Terrace in Columbia, South Carolina. Behind me sits a mansion that's over 11,000 square feet, and it was built in the 1930s. The original owner of the home was Dr. Thor Elmgren. He was a local dentist at the time, and Dr. Elmgren was known to plant fresh produce and exotic plants on the property. However, as the years passed by, the home came under the ownership of different people, and it became abandoned even at one time. The property was unkept. So the neighbors, they went to the city and they said, you know what, we want this home demolished. It's an eyesore. However, there was a couple who actually said, you know what, this home is a diamond in the rough. And that was Charles and Valerie Aiken. They are parents of the first African-American Miss South Carolina, Kimberly Aiken. So let's step out of the cold and inside the warmth of Elm Abode Mansion. Hello, Pecan Piers. Okay, we're inside the warmth of Elm Abode Mansion, and sitting next to me I have Charles Aiken. Welcome to Pecan Pie, Mr. Aiken.
Well, thank you so very, very much. We're excited about talking with you about the mansion.
Okay, well, let's get right into it then. When you saw the mansion, you know, first of all, the neighbors, they wanted it demolished. They say that homeless people lived on the 3rd floor. It was unkept. However, you saw a diamond in the rough. What made you decide to purchase the mansion, and how did you go about acquiring the home?
Well, to be perfectly honest with you, Michelle, this was my wife's vision, Valerie. And she saw this house several years ago. And she was always fascinated with it. The house sat vacant for 14 years. We got a call from a sister, I believe, and she said, you know, I think that house that you were interested in is available. So Valerie came over several times and looked at this place, and she was just so excited about what she could do with it. So anyway, to answer your question, she said to me that she wanted to go ahead and buy it. I said, well, I'll tell you what. I had just done a project down off of Sumter Highway. We had done some condos down there. And I didn't even have tenants at the time, and so she was saying that she wanted to do this project. And I said, well, you know, I'll tell you what, I'll chip in some funds, and you go ahead and see what you can negotiate. She negotiated an awesome deal. And I said, really? You bought it for that price? She said, yeah. I said, oh, okay. I said, well, now we got to figure out how we're going to do the renovations in here, because like I told you, this place was, it was not suitable for habitation for humans, in my opinion. So anyway, we bought the property. And then we started renovations, and we hired our project manager, Joe Mitchell, who is actually my nephew. And he kind of advised us, and he explained all of what needed to be done and what the cost would be.
Well, you guys have done a really good job. It's a beautiful mansion, and I want to say it pays to listen to your wife, guys, if you're listening. How long did it take the renovations to take place?
Well, based on what I can recall, I think I'm going to say probably about 2 years.
Okay.
We started on the 1st floor, and the 1st floor, as you can see, the original hardwood floors are original. I think the house was built in the early 1930s. And it was owned by a Dr. Elmgren, and he married a Sylvan, and they raised all of their children. So on the 1st floor, the house had a kitchen. We redid the kitchen, and of course the kitchen that was here prior to us renovating it was pretty sad. So we've updated the kitchen, and we put in double ovens, we put in double refrigerators, granite tops, You know, all that wonderful stuff that folk just enjoy when they bring their families here.
Wow, sounds amazing. And you know what? I think that perhaps our Pecan Pie viewers would love to see the home. What are some of your favorite rooms? And then maybe perhaps we can take a tour.
Well, great. I guess probably my favorite rooms would be the third floor.
Okay.
The third floor was horrible in the beginning, but what we have today, I think, is pretty doggone impressive. Beautiful hardwood floors, beds that were designed by Joe Mitchell, who was the project director. A huge theater room. I think there are about 10 seats, and there's a huge TV. And so folk, when they come, they can go there and they can sit with their families and friends and just have a great time. And then there's a huge game room. And then the game room has TVs, and there's a kitchen unit there with a full kitchen. And then on the other side, there is a bar, a full bar.
Wow.
With whatever you might need.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be my favorite. My second favorite is the basement. Now the basement, I think, is probably, in my opinion, probably, at least from a man point of view, because we have a cigar room there and an awesome wine cellar, and then there's a workout area down there. But the basement, the thing about the basement is it stays the same temperature all the time. So during the cold winter months and during the hot summer months, it is always the same temperature. And I just couldn't believe the transformation.
Wow.
It's awesome.
I tell you what, viewers, it seems like Elm Abode Mansion has a little of something for everyone, and I think we should take a tour. So let's go have a look. Okay, I promised you guys that it was going to be cold out here, and it is, but it's such a lovely space. Joe, can you please tell us about this outdoor space and how it's utilized?
Okay. Well, this is, we commonly refer to it as a side porch, but it's actually a veranda. It's roughly 500 square feet, and this space is kind of convertible. We use it for our outdoor party space. It has a rollout bar, a full wet sink, ice maker, everything you need to enjoy an outside space. During the summer months, we have the white curtains you see blowing in the breeze. At times when the sun is high, we pull the curtains shut. During the winter time, it's actually a convertible space. We turn this into a all Mylar enclosure with portable heaters, so that you can enjoy this space just like you would the inside all year round. There is a TV that folds out from the ceiling. There are ceiling fans. This place can be heated and cooled from the central air inside the house.
Wow.
Once the Mylar enclosure is put up, this place it has vents to let heat and air out. It's a great all-around space. We've done everything from weddings. There have been numerous parties, anniversaries, large events. This space is a favorite of everybody that visits. Most times, during the warmer months, this space is actually set up with banquet tables, and this is the outdoor dining area.
Okay. One of the things that you also shared with me is that you have a men's cigar club, and the men love to go downstairs to the cellar and get cigars, and brandy, and come back up here, socialize, and smoke their cigars and scotch and brandy.
Yeah, a little bit of a correction. I can't say it's a men's cigar club, but actually it's sponsored through the homeowners and the Capital City Club.
Oh, okay.
So monthly they host a cigar party for the members of the Capital City Club and their guests. And we do have a walk-in humidor and wine cellar, so folks can go in, pick out what they like to smoke for the evening, and then we come out here between this space, the front porch, the deck and fire pit out back, and the gazebo, which is all well lit at night. And we kind of enjoy the evening with a round of cigars and your favorite scotch or bourbon or cognac.
Mm-hmm. Well, that sounds awesome. So let's go upstairs and take a look at the second level.
Sure.
Joe, I really love this room, the Porpoise Room. The colors are so serene, warm, and inviting. What was the inspiration in this room, and what type of restorations did it have to undergo?
Sure. Porpoise, that's sort of an odd name for a room. it was really inspired by the love for the color. You'll see this bluish gray color resembles a dolphin's skin. This was picked by Miss Aiken because she was in love with the color. So throughout the room, we tried to get accompanying colors that complemented this porpoise color. Now, we say the room is themed porpoise. It's not really done up in dolphin fashion, more so in colors that complement the wall color. Now, in this room, this is the room we had to remove the entire ceiling in. This one, because of water leaks from the roof, was in a horrible state of disrepair. You could actually look into the attic from this room.
Wow. It
was wide open. So that was the major renovation done in here. Just like all the rest, it has wonderful moldings. Another thing that's interesting about this room is that it is the only room that adjoins another room. You can see on the far side of us, there's a door. It adjoins directly to the next room, and that is because the youngest of the Elgin children, which were still toddlers at the time, occupied these rooms. So it was easier to go back and forth between rooms. So this room was built with adjoining doors.
Okay, and I see you guys had to do something very interesting in this room underneath the window to bring it up to fire code. What was that?
Yeah, actually we did that on all the rooms on the first floor because on this second floor, we're actually a story and a half up, which puts us about 21 feet off of the ground. And there are 2 staircases that allow for egress, but in accordance with fire code, there has to be a tertiary egress point. So in each room, we've actually installed escape ladders that you can extend the escape ladder and actually have a safe egress point from a bedroom in each room. I mean, a window in each bedroom.
So what renovations or restorations did you guys make to this room to make it so lovely like it is now, to make it that guy hangout spot, because that's what it looks like?
It really is. It really is. This is the only space in the home that has no theme. This space was actually the most challenging. Mr. Aiken and myself and Miss Aiken kind of spent a lot of time around the table kind of whiteboarding this space, what we wanted it to be, and it kind of came together. It came together on its own. Valerie really had a strong hand in designing this space. Even though it looks like a male space, it really turned out to be a really cool hangout space.
Okay, Joe and Mr. Aiken, I can certainly see why this is one of your favorite rooms, the theater room. These chairs are so comfortable. I could sit here and watch The Walking Dead all Sunday. I mean, really. What was your inspiration for this room?
Well, actually, we went through a lot of discussion about this room, and really, I wanted to see a theater room where folk could bring their family and friends in, and they could have an awesome experience. And I think we've achieved that. I mean, it's the colors, the big screen TV, the leather chairs that recline. We feel like when folk come to the third floor, it's kind of like a slice of heaven. You can come up here and you can just kind of leave all your troubles. And one of the things I've always wanted to do is people are always so stressed, and folk are dealing with life, and so we wanted to have something where folk could maybe have a little oasis, and they could just kind of come and just leave their troubles at the door, and then come and just have a great time.
Well, I definitely say the third floor is a hidden gem. You know what? Let's watch The Walking Dead. Okay, Pecan Piers, we have, guess what? Valerie Aiken here with us today. And she is going to tell us the inspiration for her beautiful and lovely kitchen.
Well, as you know, most of us grow up in the kitchen with our moms. And so when the kitchen was the last thing we wanted to do when we did the house, because I wasn't quite sure exactly what we wanted to do in the kitchen. So after working in the other kitchen for quite a while, we collaborated with Joe and decided that we were going to redo exactly what was in the kitchen, just change and upgrade it just a little bit. So that's what we did pretty much. You know, keeping in some of the things intact that was here before, but also bringing some things from our family home into the kitchen. And that's the inspiration pretty much for the kitchen. Just after using it for a year or two, we decided to upgrade it and came up with the plan that we have now.
Okay. The home is very lovely. And, you know, we do appreciate you guys allowing us to be here today to film footage of the home. Tell us some of the usages of the home.
Most of the time we use it, we welcome guests for overnight stays. So we are on a few vacation websites, and occasionally we use it for special events, parties, receptions, showers. But mostly what I'd like to use it for, which is what we're starting to do more of, is weddings and receptions. Yeah.
I would like to take the time out again to thank Charles and Valerie Aiken for having us here today at Elm Abode Mansion. It was cold outside. However, they invited us inside into the warmth of their home. And it was easy as pie. We'll see you next time.